your dreams and wishes are true. When you step back and let Spirit come through, everything good is already yours. When you open your heart, you can open the doors. All of our dreams and wishes are true. When we step back and let Spirit come through, everything good is already ours. When we open our minds, we can open God's powers. All of my dreams and wishes are true. When I step back and let Spirit come through, everything good is already mine. When I open my eyes to the power divine, everything good is already mine. When I open my eyes to the power divine.
You sound good. Really great to see you here at Unity of Walnut Creek. Happy Sunday. This week we are starting a new series. Reverend Kristen's starting a new series for us on abundance, and abundance through the 5 Unity principles. So here's our song that reminds us of all 5 principles in one song. Please rise in body or spirit. Join us in singing. 2, 3. God is good. That's the first one. Good in everyone. Good in everyone. And a thought can change. A thought can change water into wine. Prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation. Make that easy to feel. Got to walk the talk. Got to walk the talk to make it real. We'll get the words up. Don't worry. God is good. God is good. Good in everyone. Good in everyone. Thought can change your water, and a thought can change your water into wine. Prayer and meditation make that easy. Prayer and meditation make that easy to feel. Got to walk the talk, but you got to walk the talk to make it real. God is good. God is good. Where? Good in everyone. Thought. And a thought can change your water into wine. Prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation make that easy to feel. But you got to walk the talk to make it real. Oh yeah, let's sing that one more time. God is good, good in everyone, good in everyone. And a thought can change your water into wine. Prayer and meditation, prayer and meditation make that easy to feel. Walk the talk, but you got to walk the talk to make it real. God is good. 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 One more time with me. God is good. Nice.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Carl Jansen. I'm just so glad to have everybody here this beautiful, cooler Sunday morning. And thank you to the Snortum Phelps family for leading us in song today, and And they are accompanied by Dusty and Dan, so thanks all of you for being here. I invite you to turn your cell phones to silence as we enjoy this sacred service together. And please join me by turning to the camera and waving hello to our friends at home. Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we're so glad to have you with us today. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And here at Unity of Walnut Creek, our mission is, in loving community, we empower spiritual growth by modeling and teaching universal spiritual principles. I invite you to join me in affirming our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. I invite the ushers to come forward. If you're with us for the first time, let me be the first to welcome you. We hope you'll choose to stay with us and meet some of us on the patio after the service. And if you're comfortable, I invite you to raise your hand. Someone usher may bring you a welcome packet. Or if you prefer, you may pick up a packet at the welcome table after the service. Oh, I got it. Inside your packet, you will find a connection card. You may take it to our bookstore to receive a welcome gift. And once again, welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Connection cards are available in the packets, in the seat pockets in front of you for everyone. So with this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week. You may also share feedback or request information. And please place your card in the basket along with the offering. Now please take a moment to greet the people immediately around you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
Power.
God gives me everything I need.
So I give thanks
I give thanks
I give
for all my blessings.
for all my blessings.
God gives me everything I need.
Love is my source.
Love is my source.
Love is my power.
Love is my
Power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks
For all my blessings.
for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need.
God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God is my power.
God gives me everything.
gives me everything I need.
So I give thanks
So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
one more time.
God gives me everything I need.
We have several activities to highlight this week. Backed by popular demand, we are having a self-care day for women this Saturday, August 24th. We will have mini classes and pampering services to nurture and stretch women's minds and bodies. The mini pampering services will be wonderful and are only $10 each. And Lisa Nichols will be out on the patio today after the service to answer any questions you may have. So, ladies, go for it. Please see your bulletin and website for more information about these and other events at our center. And now I'd like to invite Reverend Kristen to the platform.
Good morning. Good to see you all, always. So I want to tell you about the classes that are starting this week. We have 3 wonderful opportunities for you. So the hardest thing you're going to do this week is have to make a choice or come to all 3 because they're on different days. So on Monday nights, we have a class by Will Scott, very popular teacher here, and it's called Being Extraordinary. And it's about living with flow and ease and close to the source, very much like what we're going to be talking about during our series of being a part. He said he's going to share processes and techniques that will help you to live in the power of our loving connection to divine source. On Tuesday nights, I'll be teaching a class, so Tuesday rather than Thursday this time, and it's the 4 pillars of prosperity. This also will be a nice it will go well with our series, which is about abundance as well. It won't necessarily track every week, but there'll be some similarities. And the class itself is an advanced prosperity class in that there is a level of commitment that we ask for, because if we are going to really step in and receive and live our abundance fully, it's an opportunity for us to make a commitment. I don't want to scare you off, however, with the commitment, because it's kind of a tall order. So there are these pre-registration forms on the patio. Jeannie Fusen is there at the table. And so if you want to learn more about any of the classes, you can visit with Jeannie. But she can also help you with the registration form and let you know where we have some wiggle room on it in case you're wanting to sign up and not sure you can make the commitments. And during that class, we look at the pillars of prosperity. So we have this foundation of faith, and then we have vision and forgiveness and generosity and gratitude as our pillars. And so we really go deep in exploring those. I also am using the book by Edwene Gaines, the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, and she's very funny if you haven't read Edwene before. I'm laughing out loud, and I've read it several times, so I'm reading it again. So, and then on Thursday evenings, Kathleen Sims will be with us. Kathleen is sort of the love guru around here. That's kind of her thing. And she's teaching a class called Love is Always the Answer. And it's about connecting to the love within yourself and connecting and seeing the true essence in others and bringing that kind of reflection of divine love into our relationships as well. She says that this will be a vehicle for learning, love, joy, and celebration. Come and learn how to make love last and to make lasting love new again in this class. Sounds pretty good, huh? So all 3 classes are 7 to 9, and I hope you will join us for those. And now I'd like to invite Susan Monroe forward to begin our time of meditation. And we're going to begin this time with a short reading, and then it's followed by some guidance and silence. So please enjoy this time of meditation.
Usually on the 3rd Sundays, Terry Curtin is our prayer chaplain that does the prayer, but she's caring for her poor husband who's got chicken pox. So I'm being Terry today, so I worked with her, so I'm going to be signing the prayer along with the reading. God is my source. I have nothing to fear. As I bring my awareness gently and purposefully to my spiritual center, I breathe in and connect with universal flow. When I trust God as my source, I see that I have all I need. I can meet any challenge with poise and peace. Freed from any fear and anxiety, my mind is settled and my faith re-energized. God is my source. abundant good flows easily and effortlessly to, through, and as me.
I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know. I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know.
So it is as simple as a breath. For us to be completely aware, fully conscious of the presence that fills us. Just allow ourselves to be breathed by Spirit. Notice how there is an effortless flow, an easy rhythm, giving and receiving. We allow the breath to expand our whole beings, opening up spaces in our body where there might be any tension or discomfort. We allow the breath to clear our minds, create open space for the light to come in. every breath taken so close to the heart, there is an expansion and opening of the heart, a falling away of that which is no longer serving. An opening to divine love that is present always. So it is with this simple act of breathing that we become open to receive, aware of our abundance. So as we move into our silent time, I invite you to use the breath, this very breath of spirit. Maybe you'll settle in, falling and rising with your chest, with your attention there. Or the movement of your belly as it fully fills the divine breath of God. And then releases and fills again. So we move into a resting place, into the rhythmic breath of God in the silence. With every breath, we can recognize our abundance, our participation in the law of circulation. As we give, we receive. natural, so effortless. It happens as us and through us. And so it is with prosperity in every way. Our love, given and received with ease and effortlessness, tension, freedom. Whatever is in your heart today, know that you have it right here. The ever-present source, everything you ever could possibly need. It's right here in your very breath. Every breath of prayer. Move closer to the source. And for this simple truth, we give thanks. And so it is.
I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems the hardest when I make up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? Oh, they don't pick a fight. They spread their wings and just give in. And in the end, they always make it home just fine. I guess they know that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyons, heading from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it seems when I let go of expectation and regret, Life has plenty of surprises for me, yeah. I wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, heading from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Well, thank goodness for the Snortum Phelps family. And we love it, Zoe, when you join your mom and dad. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can give them another round. Sure, why not? You feel the presence, in the music and and of course this beautiful song by Daniel Nahmad, to be like water. That is abundance, isn't it? To be like water, that living water that we've heard about and that we've talked about before, to be the breath of Spirit, as we sang in the meditation. Those are the keys of that flow, that ease, that effortlessness, that is really the embodiment of experiencing and receiving and giving in abundance, isn't it? So today we begin a new series, and basically we're looking at our 5 basic principles through the lens of prosperity. So now we have these beautiful artwork I can point to on the wall, which I just love. This artwork, if you don't know, if you weren't here when it was unveiled, is by Elena Dorinkina. And so it's in order of our 5 basic guiding unity principles. And the first one is God is. So it's purposely left, that's the short form, but it's kind of nice, just purposely left open, right? God is. And even God, right? You can Allah, Rama, Spirit, divine, divine love, the essence, the force, whatever it is that works for you. We're very open here. The basic source, right? The source of our being, the source of life. This is what we really are honoring in this first principle, that the source of life, and we do actually fill in the sentence in Unity when we say what the principle is. We say God is everywhere present, absolute good. Everywhere present, absolute good. I know many of you have heard that many times, and we can hear things many times, but we don't always go from here, the 18-inch climb, right, or drop, to here, or even deeper into our beings and really know it. Do you really know this? Do you really know this idea? God is everywhere present, absolute good. So when we go to the places of, sucking our breath in, or resistance, or God is everywhere present except for in that person who's annoying me right now, or whatever it is that we've put the limitations around, right? So to know it is to really meld into it, right? To really know that. And to know it from a prosperity standpoint, another way we might say it is God is my source. God is my source. So God is my source of all goodness. God is my source of life itself. God is the source that is behind the food and the water that I take in, the air that I take in. That animating source, that energy, that flow, that love is where I draw from. It is my source of love. It is my source of connection. It is my source of community. It is my source of work and purpose and creativity. I mean, all of those things we draw. All of those things are definitions of prosperity, by the way. So sometimes people think when you hear prosperity, we only mean financial. And I am using some financial examples today, but that is only one part of the whole. So it's all of those ways that we consider when we consider God is my source. How can I live this first principle, this understanding from a place of prosperity, for really understanding and living it and being it and embodying it? You'll see that's our fifth principle, is live the principles. So there's a practice, there's a living, there's a, walking the talk, so to speak. So Jesus pointed us to something. He said, consider the ravens, consider the lilies. If you want to know how to live in a prosperous way, consider them. So if you consider the ravens, what he's saying is they don't store up their food, right? They don't worry about tomorrow, in other words. They don't say, oh, there might not be enough for tomorrow. They just wake up every day and they're guided to where to be and what to do. And they always have plenty, right? And they're clever, those ravens, too. I don't know if you've had any experiences with ravens, but and just like us, right? We're clever. And so we could give over a bit, surrender a bit, and let ourselves not have to have such a tight control on things, because when we do that, we limit ourselves. When we have a tight control on things, we limit the possibilities that Spirit wants to give to us. So it's that openness, you spread our wings, you could say, and receive, as the raven would, or any of the birds would. And then he says, consider the lilies. They don't toil and spin about what to wear, and they look fabulous all the time. So their beauty is just radiating innately from their very source. So all the hours we spend, on hair and clothes and jewelry and whatever else that is that you consider beautifying, what if you just let your natural beauty show and just sort of show up as you are, in your comfort, in your authenticity? So these, these secrets, that these very simple examples that Jesus points to, have really deep secrets for us, don't they? They have three secrets, the ravens and the lilies, really. One is that they live in a way that demonstrates that I know that I am sourced. I know that everything's okay. I know I'm taken care of. I know that God is my source. And a second way that's a part of that is there is enough and I am enough, right? There is enough and I am enough, because that's that sneaky scarcity smith that gets in the way of our prosperity. So it's knowing that there's plenty, that it's okay, we can relax, we can breathe. We can be like water, or the ravens or the lilies, and know. And the third secret that the ravens and the lilies know is to live in the now moment, to know that in this present moment is everything we could ever need. Let's take a moment just to drop in to the present moment, just to experience that for a moment. So our minds aren't busy on anything. We're back in that place of meditation. We're back in the place of stillness, of breath. And as we breathe, we realize, oh, yeah, when I breathe, I just sort of relax into the truth. And it's right here, right now. Everything is perfect and whole. Here I am with my community. Here I am supported by the chair that is beneath me, the ground beneath my feet. And there's just an easy breath moving through my body. My heart is beating without even a thought. It's just moving through. Nothing to worry about, nothing to think about, just being. How wonderful life is right here, right now, exactly as it is in this moment. Nothing to push against, nothing to strive toward, nothing to regret from the past or worry about in the future. Just right here and right now. Everything is taken care of. I am well and whole. I am grateful for my body, my health, my community, my relationships, all the ways I'm taken care of. God is my source. There is enough. I am enough. There is only this present moment, and it is perfect and whole as I am. Anytime we pause like that, anytime we just take a breath, we return to that place. So whenever you find yourself drifting toward lack, not enough, or some kind of tension or judgment or whatever it is that gets us off our game, out of track, and just breathe and just say something like that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sourced. This breath is, the breath of God is breathing me. Everything's okay. I'm taken care of. I'm as precious as a raven or a lily. I move like water as Spirit moves through me like water. Eckhart Tolle puts it this way. He says that somebody is in the midst of signing papers for bankruptcy. And he says, what's the problem? What's the problem right now? What's really happening right now? I'm sitting across from someone. There's sound of scratching on a paper as I sign. There's a sound of birds outside. The day is beautiful. I'm breathing. I'm healthy. No problem. See, the problem is always when we're jumping ahead to the story that we're creating right now, to all the possible scenarios. You know, all the possible scenarios we think of that could possibly happen, almost all of them don't ever happen. And think about how much time and energy we spent and sleepless nights we spent over those things that never happened. Do you think our time and worry and sleeplessness helped? No. What helps is moving to our source, breathing into our source, opening and allowing. It's that surrender that's in the breath. So, you know, life circumstances change, right? From time to time, maybe a lot. And sometimes we're in a place where there's just an upheaval of change, right? And that can be very difficult for us humans. Those times of change, when circumstances and conditions change for us, there's no doubt that our minds can get really busy and we can get off track during those times. And yet, there's opportunity in that. You know, there's opportunity in the ebbs or the dry spells, if you will, in our prosperity, which is all those different areas of life we talked about before. Because there's opportunity to be reflective. There's opportunity, that's really when the ahas come, right? Because when everything's chugging along and just fine, you know, we don't really stop and think as much about what we have and who we are and how much we appreciate and really how we're using what we have. But when those times come, those difficulties come, that's when we take stock, right? That's when we step back and begin to reflect and go, oh, okay, what's going on here? How am I using my time and energy and attention, and how do I want to put that out into the world, and what is really feeding me, and where are my values? You know, all that stuff comes up in those times of ebb or dry spells. So the key is when those things happen, not to push away or step away from them, but to step toward our source. A lot of times we push away or distract ourselves because we don't want to feel the feelings that are associated, the fear, the anxiety, the sense of failure, whatever it is that might be up. But it's actually the counterintuitive truth is that it's the stepping toward, the moving inside that actually is the way. That's the way to heal, to clear the way. Like the self-identity ho'oponopono we did for the last 4 weeks, right? It's a clearing. It's a letting go of what stands in the way so that the divine inspiration can be accessed, so the free-flowing spirit and energy is available to us. So that absolute good, that goodness that source wants to give you can come to you and you can recognize it. So don't be afraid of the dry spells and the ebbs. That's a natural cycle that happens in our lives. Circumstances change. I remember years ago when I was a teenager, actually, my dad started a business and our financial situation changed pretty quickly. My parents weren't ones to sit down the family and talk about what was going to happen, and I was the only kid at home at that point anyway. So I just had to kind of watch and figure things out as we went. And I noticed for the first time that my mom was hesitant when I would ask for lunch money, or she encouraged me for the first time to go get a job, even though I had a lot of school activities and things going on. So I was just noticing that, and